For a long time, I thought of doing a follow-up to the dark side of Gerson therapy video. And to be honest, I haven't been able to put anything else because, quite frankly, that video sums up my entire feelings on the entire con that it is. It's just a bunch of woo-woo. It has no scientific evidence to back it up. They can't back up the claims themselves they are making. You know, they don't even check that people actually have cancer. They don't even keep records of the supposed, shrinkage some of these, cancer patients supposedly are going through to be cured. So they have no records to even back up their claim, except people just going, oh yeah, we're cured. But when you look into some of these people who claim they have been cured, they've gone through chemo, they've gone through radiation therapy, they've had the drugs, and yet it's the Gerson therapy that cured them, not the surgery they had to remove the lump. This is the problem, and this is why this is my second video. This is why it's called The Dark Side of Gerson Therapy Part 2, because I finally found what I want to do, and quite frankly, it's focused on the comments. Now, some of these comments I'm going to be sounding rather harsh responding to, and I have no problem, because some of these people, I'm sorry, are so ignorant and basically do not want to be educated that this is what it's come to. This is it. This is the only reason the Gerson therapy survives. It's ignorance. So let's get started, shall we? The first one comes from Lisa Poliagdic, or something like that. It's a rather strange foreign name. But she's left 2 comments, and basically you'll see a lot of common threads in these comments, because, surprise, surprise, like any con artist, they have a mantra. When it doesn't work, refer to the mantra, keep on chanting the mantra, and everyone else will step in line and start saying that. So what did Lisa say? Well, get some common sense and research what you're saying. I did. And science backs me, not you, Lisa. Sorry. There are a lot better ways to cure cancer than chemo. Depending on what you mean by cure, because the Gerson therapy certainly isn't a better way. And here we go for the mantra. But the FDA say anything about those ways? Hell no. They can't make money off it, and if they find a cure, which they have already found, then everyone will be cured and they won't be able to make nearly as much money as they have on chemo. That's a complete lie, right? This is part of the mantra, right? The FDA does not exist in every single country. There are countries and scientists throughout the world, right? Where are they saying, oh, the Gerson therapy works? They're not. It doesn't work. They can't back it up. They've done their own studies, and their studies even say, we don't know what happened here. So, I'm sorry, but the FDA, if you can prove that your therapy works with evidence, and have the scientific evidence to back it up, the FDA has no problem with it. But the Gerson therapy cannot back up its claims. And as a result, of course they're not going to endorse it. But, you try to, and again, you go on to, oh, you're making money out of it. No. Are you, right? If, right, say, okay, right, let's say the Gerson therapy worked, right? Drug companies would jump on the bandwagon. They'd be producing kits and all sorts of stuff to work with the Gerson therapy. They'd be making as much money. It doesn't matter. The only difference is that the drug companies, not the FDA, are doing this because they have science to back up what they are doing. The Gerson therapy does not. And I'm going to keep on saying this again and again. You know, this is the mantra I'm chanting now. The Gerson therapy has no science to back it up. And then this is one of the reasons why some people adopt it. Now, yes, here we are. I'm going to sound really harsh, but sorry, I have to at this point. My mum looked and felt healthy until she did chemo. One of the side effects of chemo, unfortunately, but it works. In 4 months, the strongest woman I had known had 2 strokes before she passed away because of the damn chemo. No. If anything, your mum died because she had strokes. I'm sorry, chemotherapy didn't posit to that, unless you actually have scientific evidence and proof that it was chemo that caused the stroke. I'm sorry, you're grasping at straws. She might have had a chance if she did Gerson therapy. No, she wouldn't. She would have died of cancer. And then the Gerson therapy would have turned around and said, well, it must have been her fluids or the something, or as someone will later go on to say, she didn't believe hard enough. So that's Lisa. And then this was the quote that really got me. It really made me do this. Right. This is from Zalcucci, or it's one of those strange YouTube names. Everything you say or do has consequences. Imagine if one person come across this video while they're researching cancer treatment, decides not to go with Gerson therapy and dies in a hospital. That soul will be on your conscience. You know what? Good. If I can persuade people, as I know I've done it for one person, they've even come and commented on this channel and said, I thank you for giving this information on Gerson therapy. I will not be pursuing it. Good. As far as I'm concerned, it's a weight off my mind, because how many people has this person convinced to do Gerson therapy and they have died? Or how many people have come across Gerson therapy videos and have gone inside, you know what, I'm not going to do the conventional treatment, I'm going to go for Gerson therapy, and have died? And if you look up testimonials, you will find people who were doing the Gerson therapy. In fact, there's one woman who, when she was doing it, and basically her tumour had gotten to a point where it just kept on growing. And the Gerson therapy were turning around saying, oh, it's healing reactions. But it wasn't. They don't know what they're talking about. As a result, she had to go through chemotherapy. And, you know, she's living. But she still believes in the Gerson therapy. You know, you're not going to convince everyone at all. But that's just one, and you know, I'm sorry people, but the Gerson therapy has no scientific evidence. And my response was, back to her, everything you do or say has consequences. Imagine if one person come across this video while they're researching cancer treatment and decides not to go with Gerson therapy and goes to a hospital and receives the treatment they need. That was my response. Oh yeah, apparently I work for Monsanto. I don't. The vast majority of people basically calling me stupid, and I'm just like, you believe in the Gerson therapy, shows your level of intelligence. Have you seen The Beautiful Truth? Yes, I have, and it's just god awful. at the end, it's nothing more than a propaganda film for the Gerson therapy that doesn't have any scientific evidence in it to back it up. And only when people kind of, oh, but they present this and this and this. No, it's wrong. Go on science blogs, put in The Beautiful Truth, and you'll see at least 2 or 3 blogs from actual cancer scientists and real, doctors that say, look, if what they were saying was true, they'd put it forward to medical journals to be peer-reviewed. But the reason why they don't is because it doesn't work. They can't establish their evidence. A lot of them are leaps in faith and logic, and a lot of the evidence they are presenting is anecdotal evidence. And anecdotal evidence is nothing. And I'm sorry, but that's the truth. Oh yeah, here's one of the things. Coffee enemas. Do not do coffee enemas. They are dangerous. Particularly in the amount that the Gerson therapy provide you to do. Because, what are the side effects of coffee enemas? Well, not only do they cause extreme dehydration, but with continued use, they'd cause coitus, which would basically means you'd lose control of your bowels. So, yeah. Continue doing them. Yeah, here's another good one. Yeah. Can you maybe cover some of the death and illnesses caused by orthodox medicine, instead of nitpicking natural therapies that don't claim thousands of lives a year? Well, to be honest, we don't know the death toll from anyone who does natural therapies, because when your death is recorded, it's not put death by natural therapy. It is caused by what caused your illness. So, if you're doing the Gerson therapy and you died, it would be death by whatever particular type of cancer you had. We don't know how many people have died from the Gerson therapy, because even the Gerson Therapy Institute themselves do not keep records of that. And again, they go on to mention, oh, the billions that drug companies make. We need drugs, right? We need these big multinational companies to make the drugs in the quantities that we need. Of course, they're going to make money. Your problem is, for some reason, they're not producing the drugs or supporting the therapies you want them to support. Why? Because you do not have any scientific evidence to back up your claims that the drugs they would make would work. Because if they did make those drugs and they didn't work, then I could take them to court and say, these drugs you made did not work. It did not do what it said on the tin. And I could sue. And in fact, not only me, everyone else who's taken those drugs could sue, costing them a heck of a lot of money. That's just common sense, and yet these people just do not understand business and logic. They have brainwashed and convinced themselves to a point where it doesn't matter to them. It really doesn't. I'm going to leave some links below to a couple of websites. Read them, do please. Before you say, oh, you leave your idiot comment of whatever, read those first, please do. And and if you do leave a comment like, what? Let's find one. Yeah. How much did they pay you to post this video? And all the other stuff people have randomly been posting, basically. Calling me an idiot. And I'm just like, hey, if you believe in the Gerson therapy, shame on you, you know. I'm just trying to find it now. I think it's not on this video. But, oh well. But yeah. Really, people. You know, some common sense, some easily looking up, and then people go, oh, but all that information is from doctors. Yeah, doctors who have information and scientific evidence to back up their point and to prove what they are saying is accurate and correct. It's not that hard to do. Sorry, but the Gerson therapy is nothing but a gigantic fraud.